I had some issues of my blueberries just disappearing on me in the summer. I really didn't know what the issue was, and then finally someone was like, well, the birds are eating your blueberries. And I was like, all right. So 2 summers ago, I bought some just like bird netting and I threw it on top of my berries. And it seemed to work, and I was like, all right, that's kind of helping. It was a really thin white net that I would throw over. And then last year I wanted something a little bit more permanent, or something where I could hold the net over the berries so that they would be able to grow and I could easily pull up the net and get into the berries to pick my berries. And I really didn't know what the options were, so I was going to build a little frame and put a net over it. And then as I was kind of just scrolling around, I went on Amazon and I found these really cool things. This is not sponsored or anything, I just kind of found it, and after a year of using it, I thought, hey, I should probably show this to some people. But basically, it's metal pipes. There's 3 of them, and the bottom one goes into the ground, and then they connect like this. But the cool part is, at the top, it has this flat area right here with a screw, and it has a ball that you put right on top, and you screw it in like this. So basically, what you're doing is you get some nice net. I got this net off online, Gurneys, I think. This is a solid net, so I bought a new net too, but you put it right through here like this, and then you can take this ball and you screw it right here on the top, and it will hold the net in place, which is really cool. And then it would just stay there like that. It's only 4 pieces and it's real simple to install. There's a bottom piece that does have a compressed end to make it a little bit sharper, and you put it in the ground like this, then you hammer it in. Pretty simple. And then if you want it to be lower, you can use this piece right here, and there's your connector piece on the top. Or if you want it to be taller, you have a second piece. You put it in right there, and then you bring your top piece with your nut and you put it on top like that. Put all 6 of my posts in the ground right here. Then you just pull the net across the top, and if you have the holes in there, you put it right where you need it, and you take this screw and you screw it on just like that. There you go. And then it is nice and firm. There's no bend in the pole, so that's nice. I did use a sledgehammer and I hammered the bottom posts in, so that'd make sure that they were in nice and deep. So I put some of them in a little bit farther than the others, but as you can see, you can get a nice tight top for it, and it looks nice and clean. So it's really simple and it's really fast, and it has been definitely worth it for me to have these on my berries. This is like 5 feet high, so it's high enough that I wanted. But if you had something shorter, which I thought about putting on my strawberries, you can lower it and then just put it on the stick, the bottom stick, because there's 2 of these, and you put this in the ground, and you could do the same thing, and your net would be lower to the ground like it is over here, and you could have it just like that and put the net. So this has been really cool. This has helped a lot. It came with 6 of these that I have put over my berries, but it's just been really helpful this year, so I thought I'd kind of show it off a little bit. I did buy it on Amazon. If they still have it, I haven't even looked, I'll put a link in the description. But yeah, this is just pretty cool. And so it holds it, and as you can see, it's nice and neat all the way along here. I'm covering about 8 feet right here because I have a really large net, but all of it's kind of nice and tight across the top. It looks pretty clean, easy to get into, and it kept the birds out this year. And as you can see, we're starting to get some blueberries, flowers that are going to be blooming pretty soon. So they've had enough cold this winter that they're starting to come out of dormancy. So I'm pretty excited for that. And then when it's time to come pick your berries, all you have to do is pull up the top like this, and you have your berries right here, which is super easy to get to. I do have these green posts in here, and they can fit through the holes on this netting that I have, that I've tied my berries on, trying to keep them growing up, because I have 5 berry plants down here. I've had them for a year now, and as you can see, there's a little bit of like surface rust. It might be from the inside of this one, but they do seem to be in pretty good shape so far. There's no real rust spots. They have a good coating on it, and they're made solid. See if I can, so they're pretty solid. But yeah, they're really cool. I'm going on year 2 now, and everything is still in great condition, and I didn't even take this down in the winter. I was going to, I just never got around to it. So if you're looking for a way to help keep birds out of your blueberries, this really did help me. And I would recommend something to cover your blueberries. I didn't cover my blueberries for a few years, so I really learned that that's, I think, part of why I wasn't getting a very good harvest. I probably was getting a good harvest and the birds kept eating my berries. I didn't even know something like this existed until last year, and I used it to cover up my blueberries. And you could use it for anything that has to be covered up outside, especially if birds are attacking into it. So thanks for watching, and I hope this helps solve a problem that you might have.